Hey guys, hello everyone. Hope you all are fine and healthy. So today we are going to enter in the C programming series, the most known programming language. So what all we will cover in this topic in this particular lecture is first is programming language, that is about uses and importance of C language. Second is history of C, that is from where it is originated. Third is flowchart, that is diagrammatic representation. Fourth is installation of software, that is in which we will write our code and execute the same. Fifth is standard structure of C programming, that is what is the main requirement while writing the code. We will see all this in this particular lecture. So let's dive in this lecture. So first is programming language. What is it? In simple terms, we can say it is a set of instructions that produces the desired output. Basically, it gives instruction to computer for performing a particular task. And there are thousands of languages which are being created every year. We know that computer will not work by own. We, the user, gives some instruction according to our requirement, then it gives some output in return. Let's see some benefit to learn programming. First is coding and programming careers have great earning potential. Second, demand remains strong for coding related jobs. Its demand never gets decreases. Third is coding ability gives new perspective to problem solving. It may helps you sharpen your brain because it helps in many types of problem and you have to solve them. Fourth is learning to code offers career flexibility. And the last is coding can be useful in jobs you might not expect. Means it can give your dream job. Now next comes is the history of C. There are many programming languages in use today, one of which is C. There are many offshoots of C programming language, including Objective-C, that has been the language which has been originated from C itself, C++ and C hash. None of these are the same language. So how did C begin? The C programming language come out of Bell Labs in the early 1970s. According to Bell Labs paper, the development of the C language means it has been originated in 1970 by Dennis Ritchie in the paper The Development of the C Language. Originally, Ken Thompson's, a Bell Lab employee, desired to make programming language for the new Unix platform. Thompson's modified the BCPL system language and created B. Means there was some scientist called Ken Thompson. He had created B from BCPL. However, not many utilities were ever written in B due to its slow nature and inability to take advantage of PDP-11 features in the operating system. This led Ritchie improving on B and thus creating C. But there was many ambiguity in the B language, so Ritchie helped improved B and thus created C from B language. So now comes the means many uses of C. Let's see some applications of C. According to TopTal, Unix operating systems are written in C. The most of the Linux is also in C. Also databases such as Oracle databases, MySQL Server and PostgreSQL are at least partially written in C. C is the basis of many system kernels. Other programming languages like Python and Perl use compilers or interpreters that are written in C. C has changed over the years and is still a common language to use in lower level programs like kernels. But it is also used for many applications ranging from device drivers to other programming languages, compilers or interpreters. The language also made way for C++, Objective-C and C hash and many more C based languages that each have their own specialty. So now comes the flowchart. It is basically a diagrammatic representation of the code you written. So let's see what here it is written. A flowchart is a type of diagram that represents an algorithm, workflow or process. A flowchart shows the steps as boxes of various kind and their order by connecting the boxes with arrows. This diagrammatic representation illustrates a solution model to a given problem. Flowcharts are used in analyzing, designing, documenting, or managing a process or program in various fields. So here is one example. It is the very simple example to print hello world. You don't worry about the code and statement which are written. You just understand the diagram view as of now. It starts with the main function, then it has printed hello world, and then the program ends. Now let us understand about different kinds of boxes which are used in flowchart. You must be wondering that the main and the end is written in terminal section, and the output hello world has been written in a diagonal square box. So let's see what does these particular boxes means. Terminal, the rounded rectangles or terminal points indicate the flow chart starting points. Means if you have always when you draw the flow chart, there will be one starting point and one ending point. So you have to do that starting and ending point by the terminal only, by this figure only. And the second is flow lines. The default flow is left to right and top to bottom, the same way you read English. To save time, overheads are often only drawn when the flow lines go contrary to the normal. It only shows the flow of the program from where you are going to where. And the third is input output. The parallelograms designate input or output operation. And the fourth is process. The rectangle depicts a process such as mathematical computation or a variable assignment. For input output, like if you are giving some input or output to program, then for that you will use the parallelograms. And for process means that if you are performing any mathematical operations such as addition, subtraction, or anything, then for that you will use this process for this rectangle. And the last is decision. The diamond is used to represent the true false statement being tested in a decision symbol. Means if there is any conditional statement like if or else comes, means something like true or false, then you will use the decision box. Now let's see in which software we will write our code to get the output. For writing the C code, we need the compiler in our system. The word compiler comes here. So what it is? The code which we write is the source code, which is human understandable, and then it needs to be compiled so that the machine can understand, and then run the same and give the desired output. Basically, compiler converts our code into the code which machine can understand. So there are many compilers available for C, and some of them are CodeBlock's Turbo C++. The link for the code block is mentioned. You can download it from here, and if you don't want to download, then there are many online compilers also available. But for you, just type the online C. For that, just type the online C compiler in the Google, and the first result which you get is online GDB compiler. This is cool, you can go for it, but remember the main drawback for using the online compiler is that you can't save the code you write. That is only for temporary use. Means you can't save the code. You have to open this link once and you have to write the code, see the output, then you will generally close. This will not save the particular code which you write here in your system. Let's see the structure of the program, structure of the C program. We will take the very simple program as an example, that is the program to print hello world. The same we have seen while making flowchart also, but here we will see the structure, that is how to write the program and what are the basic things that we should keep in mind while writing the code. So the C program basically consists of, first is preprocessor commands, that is the header file. It only tells the compiler that the program is going to be written in C language, and thus it supports many important functions that you must be using while writing the code. Second is function, the main function. It is the function from where you will start writing your code. Third is variables, then the statement and expression. These are all the things which you will be using while writing your code. Like variable are used to store the values. These things you will learn in the upcoming lectures. And the last is comments. It is not necessary to include this, but we usually include this for our understanding. The comments are ignored by the compiler. So see, here is a program, hashtag include stdio.h. It is the mandatory header file which you have to apply while writing your code in C language. Okay, because it consists of many important libraries and functions which get imported, and it tells the compiler that the program is going to be written in C language. and then int main. It is a function that it is the main function in, and inside this we can only start writing our main code. So these are all mandatory things. And then the thing which you can see the written in bold red color, that is slash star my first program in C, then star slash. This is the comment, like I've written for my understanding that this is my first program in C. This will not be taken by compiler to execute it. Okay, this is compiler for the user understanding only, means. And then printf hello world. This statement will only print the sentence hello world as the output. Printf is used to print the particular string which has been written inside it, and then return 0 to return the main function. See, here I have given, let us take a look at the various part of the previous program which you have seen. So let's see what is this. The first line of the program include, that is #include stdio.h, is a preprocessor command. See compiler to include stdio.h file before going to actual compilation. The next line int main is the main function where the program execution begins. The next line, that is slash star star slash, will be ignored by the compiler and it has been put to add additional comment in the program. So such lines are called comments in the program. The next line printf is another function available in C which causes the message hello world to be displayed on the screen. The next line return 0 terminates the main function and returns the value 0. So guys, here I am ending the first lecture of the very C programming series. Thanks for all listening. Hope you all have liked it and understand it well. If you all have any types of doubts and clarification, feel free to reach us. Thank you, all the best, and bye bye.